Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope everybody is enjoying the rains, and we are yet again ready with our another episode of Insta Live series with a very interesting personality whom you have seen as a host before. So quickly, let me welcome him. He is a he is a digital coach. He's a solopreneur, and he's also our very own podcast master. So we'll not take much of time and let him join. Please welcome. I Yes, there he comes.
Hello,
I'm
hello,
sure
hello.
he's thinking that यही होता है if someone is not trained. Yes, I know that. Welcome. So that's Mithil, our very own sweet voice, and with a very nice face. So welcome on board. Thank you. All yours. Would like to start about your thoughts being here. How does it feel to be a guest from being a host?
So, first of all, thank you so much, Swarnalata, and I am so proud that this is your very first Instagram live, and I can see that yes, there's a bit of a nervousness and butterflies in the stomach. However, the posture that you are having and the way you are conducting with so much of confidence, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Proving to be a good student of yours. Okay.
Thank you so much. So, Swarnalata, it's been like so many years that I have been host of various podcasts, few my own and few where I was been requested as a host. And today is the first time ever that the places have been switched. I am not the host, but yes, I am the guest, and it's an honor, a proud moment, as well as I'm feeling so happy that my friend is taking this interview, and both of us are. It's been our first time. You being the host, I being the
Yes.
guest, so it's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, so before we start off, we have to say, we will name this episode as the host with the dost.
Absolutely.
So, so though I know it, I'm sure that everybody would be wanting to know, a quick recap or a quick sneak peek into your childhood and before the the boy became the digital coach.
Okay. So I come from a very humble background, born and brought up in Mumbai, India, and I'm a post-grad in chemistry and botany. I love plants and gardening. Was passionate to become an astronaut. That's why I took science. But later on realized that as being an astronaut is not about stars. It's about engineering. It's about physics, and that's how I left that. But yes, eventually ended up becoming a corporate trainer, then a serial entrepreneur. Started my journey in the digital world in 2008, being a blogger. Then in 2011 as a YouTuber, 2017 as a podcaster, and it's been now helped more than 40,000 solopreneurs, artists, and coaches to build their business online exclusively only through content marketing. So I breathe, live, eat, drink content, but not the way it is shown in Big Boss, a very authentic, value-oriented content.
Yes, that's what I was about to ask. When you already said it, that when you said not the content that is shown in Big Boss. So, a bit of a technical thing, probably, that, everybody now has understood that content is the king. But is all content the king, So, could you shed some light of what, according to you, what according to your experience, what is that content that actually can fetch you that kingdom?
Okay. All experts, and based on the various experiences, it has been told that there are three major types of content. When you create, you get that popularity. Okay. First is entertaining content, and that's why Big Boss is famous. uh, many of like BBK Wines, he also became famous simply because of creating content, right? Then we have
Yes.
inspiring
Yeah.
content where we have lots of motivational speakers, uh, so and so forth. And the third one is the education. So
Mm.
any of the categories when you create content and deliver and you give value. See again, if you are making someone laugh is also a value, and that's why on YouTube, if you see, there are so many stand-up comedian videos, right? So it's a value primarily. So when you
Correct.
give a value,
Correct.
it is definitely going to get so.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think that content as such is it there are again, just like the content, the ways of marketing is also different. You know the difference as a content specialist, but do you see that as people who want to create content, do they understand this difference?
No. Like
Okay.
I would, if you see, there are so many great content creators when they run their ads, they say like, creating a content is not a rocket science. I totally agree. It's not a rocket science. It's just your mobile phone. You can straight away, take out your mobile phone. You can record anything which is giving value, and that is definitely going to give you that kind of a popularity.
Hmm.
But now, when we are talking about solopreneurs, we are talking about brands, we are also talking about people who genuinely want to help other people by creating some kind of a solution. That's
Hmm.
where you need to understand certain frameworks. When you do that
Hmm.
in the right way, definitely that is going to give a much better response than your competitors. So yes, a
Okay.
little bit of a framework has to be followed. The fundamentals remain simple.
Asha. So when did you realize that you can play and you can create your own niche as a content creator, because you run your own podcast? So
True.
how did that happen then?
Okay. It's very funny. Like, it was not like immediate bulb-on moment when I started creating content. In it, like, from the beginning itself, I had created content to provide value, to help some of the other people. The blogging was
Okay.
done only for that. The YouTube channel, primarily, I used to create videos on chemistry and biology earlier, and used to, help a lot of state board people and the curriculum of the Indian education, which was created in that time. So I was like, recording videos, so and so forth, and that's how I kept on progressing ahead, and that's how I started helping a lot of, I would say, students at that time. Then
Hmm.
2017, I got that everything is offline. I need to migrate to online. So when I
Hmm.
started migrating to online, I wrapped up everything physical and I completely went online. And that's where I was still experimenting only on my own stuff, doing everything on mine, like creating your own website, doing this, doing that. And then eventually, when I started getting a few fellow members started asking me like, Mithil, how can we do this? How can we do that? That's what I said, like, there is a series of questions which are similar, and there is a pattern which I'm seeing, right? And I think this is the commonality or the pain points of my
Okay.
target audience, and then eventually started helping a people, and I never realized when I became a digital coach.
Acha. Okay. So, being a creator to coaching people, to become creators, what would you call as the top three pain points that, or the top three things which are very important to become a content creator, which mostly the creators tend to neglect,
Okay. First, be hungry to help people. I see everyone
Okay.
wants to create content to sell. First,
Hmm.
give value, because when you give
Hmm.
value, or like automatically people will feel connected. A trust will be built, a credibility will be built, and eventually the product will be sold. Like few
Correct.
of my friends and mentors have told me, like Mithil, don't run behind making money. Run
Hmm.
behind building business and solving people's problem. Money is a byfactor; it will eventually come.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
the ISYB co-founder Kostav says, like create something
Hmm.
called as brand recall. Mitchell, create brand recall,
Hmm.
and that is something like
Yes.
that kept on hitting my mind. Like yes,
Yeah.
and one of the most important aspect of a brand recall is content.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay. So,
according to me.
so see, okay. Yeah, of course. So, so do you think that, so just like, they say anybody can dance, anybody can sing, but because we are getting involved into, ultimately the objective of any content creator is to make money and to build fame. So do
True.
you also say that content creation is for everybody? Can everybody do it?
Yes, everyone can make content. Now, when I
Okay.
say content, immediately people start thinking, oh, I need to dance like TikTok or Instagram Reels. No, it is nothing like that. Content is writing an article is also a
Mhm.
content. Creating infographics is also a content. Email marketing is also a content, right?
Mm.
You don't want to show your face. Like I had so many students who said, like, sir, we are not comfortable showing our face on camera, or probably my husband is not allowing, or my family doesn't allow. So what can we do?
Mm.
That's how
Correct.
I was anyways into podcast, and podcast is an audio experience. I said you start with podcast,
Correct.
right? Be
Mm.
familiar with podcast, be confident with podcast. Eventually, when you will establish yourself as an authority, I'm sure
Mm.
your partner, your family will start supporting. They will see the change,
Mm.
and
Mm.
eventually you can turn up into videos. And trust me, around 80% of those people who said we are either shy or we don't have the permission, all are making YouTube videos now with their
Oh,
faces on,
oh,
not taking help of AI.
oh, yes, that's where I was coming to. Thank you. Now, considering that, a lot of people are using AI for content, but as you said, that, your content should have some value addition. If
Absolutely.
if I take help of AI to make my content, whatever the script or anything, do you think that will be so effective?
Uh, Around 80% of the people, what they do is whatever the AI gives you, they just copy paste and they just kind
Mm-hmm.
of publish.
Mm.
First and foremost, to everyone, AI is going to be there, so we have to accept it. We have to live
Yes.
with parallelly with AI. So, like, this is something like we have released into the earth, and now we can't take it back. Everyone is used to it,
Correct.
and to the
Correct.
extent that the technologies have gone way ahead of that.
True.
However, we need to understand and learn that AI is going to replace the job of those people who are not polishing the skill of using an AI, or who are
Okay. Agreed.
anti-AI, right? So when it is
Okay.
anti-AI, you are bound to lose the job. Okay. Like other
Correct.
day, I was
Correct.
speaking to one of the fellow members who said, like, no, I recruited 20 members into the social media marketing in my department, and the next day I got to know about ChatGPT. So now what to do,
Mm.
right?
Correct.
It's
Correct.
very simple. You need to learn most important skill, which is called as prompt engineering. So when you learn
Mm-hmm.
prompt engineering in the right way, it is like it is like how you create prompts which you give it to AI, and AI will give you back a desired result. And I have practically seen from almost 80% plagiarism which was created by AI, and when I refined my prompt, it came down to 5% plagiarism only. To that extent that
Mm.
it showed that it was human generated content, but generated
Ah.
by AI.
AI.
And that is exactly, so Analata, what I teach in my AI powered content mastery program also, where I teach them the
Okay.
fundamentals of prompt engineering. There are 9 elements that you have to follow. When you follow that, whether it is for creating content or whether it is for text to image format, mid journey,
Mm-hmm.
something related to that, even there you need to put prompts. Trust me, the results are amazing. Like the students are
Okay.
flabbergasted with the amount of, like, oh my god, this is exactly the pain points of my target audience, and the AI is actually giving it to me. Wow, amazing.
Okay. Okay. So everybody who's using ChatGPT, don't learn ChatGPT, but learn how to tell what to do to ChatGPT.
True, true,
Isn't it?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Now, my other question, because we have been talking about podcast, and you said that, a lot of people who started, who had content but had that inhibition of showing their face. But this is something that I also personally face, I'm sure. And off the record to the people, I have eaten Mithil's brain for this with this conflict from a very long time, so he knows what I'm going to ask. So, but doing voice also is not that easy. It is difficult. It is like singing. So you can't sing a romantic song just by saying "मुझे तुमसे प्यार है." It nowhere sounds pyar. So, those who speak about inhibition in trying a podcast, please put into light the kind of voice engineering that happens behind it.
Okay, okay. I'm sure we are not going to discuss about auto tune over here.
Yes.
However, yeah. However, yes, we need to there is a very free software which is available and almost it is used by a lot of music editors and producers across the world called as Audacity. It is there where you can modify your voice or something like that. But before I suggest you to download that, I will just tell you simple few things. Like Shwanalata, if I want to build a strong bicep, we know what kind of an exercise we need to do because this is a muscle, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Similarly,
Correct.
the triceps, everything. But
Correct.
almost every business owner forgets that the sound from where it is generated, even this is a muscle. And
Correct.
when very, very few, and I will say almost negligible people actually teach you how to train your sound. Unless you are a singer.
Voice modulation. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, there is
Yes.
voice modulation, there is pitch, tonality, a lot of other things. So there are certain
Yes.
basic exercise. Trust me, if you do it for 20 days, you record day one, your voice, follow the same pattern for 20 days. At the 20th day, your voice will be absolutely different, much more better. Again, but I'm not saying with respect to Akashwani, RJs or something like that. It comes with the practice. So the more you record, the more you're training your voice. Because the more you're listening, your own voice. And people who are their own fans like me will always fall in love with the voice every time you hear it. But you have to keep on improving it again and again.
Yes. Yes. No, but if you have a voice like yours, then you will definitely fall in love every day. No problem. When you love something, you keep on improving on it. No, you don't want to deteriorate that thing which you love. No. So, वैसा scene नहीं है. Don't worry. So now, to ask you that, with so many years into the content and, what is that now? Because you've seen so many content creators creating so much diverse. What keeps you pushing? Because don't you get कि यार जिधर भी देखो, it's just content everywhere now. I need a break. So how do you keep that creative juices up to deal with all of them? And yourself, you also make content. So how?
Okay.
How?
So in order to keep my juices up, one, I know my strong why. It's my 10-year-old daughter, so I spend quality time with my family. Second, I go back to my roots, and that's why I love gardening. Gardening is something which increases your patience. So the more you do that, the more you get the patience. Three, yes, I do consume a lot of content, but I'll just say over here, you need to understand the vocabulary. I consume content, but I make myself, when I say vocabulary, I'm talking about pronunciation over here. So I consume content, but I make myself believe that I am content. So when I keep on
I love this.
Content and I don't compare with anyone, I'm okay with consuming content. But I consume content in a way where I can replicate it on my content.
Okay, understood. Understood. So on that note, because you say that when you consume content, you're not just being a beer, it's not just purely for, it is for entertainment for sure, but there is a primary learning that you want to take it from. And this is something that, I have seen that, be it watching movies or be it listening to music or, podcast. I remember my father telling me that, when you are observing something, don't just see it, observe it. Don't hear it, listen it. So do you also see this, or tell your solopreneurs, because their content should be listened, not heard? A lot of people
100%.
play it, no? So what is that you think makes a content attention seeking? Like, what is your take on that?
Okay. First and foremost, 100% every single time I say there is a huge difference between hearing and listening.
Mm,
Everyone wants to, like, they're always on the edge to answer back,
mm,
to answer back,
mm,
to answer back,
mm,
right? I said,
mm,
go back, process
mm,
things, and then go
mm,
back, and then tell,
mm,
right? That's the
mm,
difference between
mm,
hearing and listening. And that is
mm,
exactly what you also have to do between seeing, or I will say consuming, and actually observing. Because these
mm,
days, when I watch any kind of YouTube videos, of course, I
mhm,
do focus on what that person is trying to say, but I also focus on what type of lighting is he following. 2 point
mhm,
lighting or 3 point lighting. What is the background
mm,
that he has done? What kind of a color
mm,
gradation he has done? How kind of
mm.
editing he has. So these are small
Good.
aspects which are very much important that has to be
Mhm,
done while
mhm.
following the content.
Okay, okay. So it is an effort, not just making, but also observing other pieces of content also.
It's a work, and that has to be. Like, see,
Okay.
you trust me, there are very few who are, I would say, very lucky, who will say like, "Hello, friends, chai pi lo," and they become super famous, right? But they become
Okay.
famous. They
Yeah, yeah.
are not able to encash that popularity later on, right?
Mm,
Because
mm, mm, mm.
it's very easy to copy people. There is a wonderful book. I Yesterday also, I forgot in our presentation to share the name of the author. But it is still like an artist, where he
Mm,
says very
mm.
clearly that you can copy other artists, but you need to bring your own flavor.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I would say, like, you can create Instagram reels, Christopher Nolan level Instagram reels also, but bring your flavor into
Hmm.
it. Where people then realize that, oh, it is not Christopher Nolan, it is
Hmm.
Swarnalata's reel, right?
Correct, correct, correct. Great. So what is that Mithil is planning? I should not ask, like, like a corporate, what is your next 5 years plan? So what now is Mithil get up when you speak about content, because it's changing every day. So you are in a space that, it is like it's like every day something new pops up, and then you have to get up to match up to that. So so how do you see that, do you make a note saying that, this is my future plan, or this is what I want to do?
Okay, if I have to review my future plan, it's very simple. I am not going towards where everyone is going. I'm trying to create a new
Okay.
path by creating more evergreen content, which will be actually uh, viable even after 15 years, after 10
Okay.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, now being into podcasting for so many years, now
Mm-hmm.
slowly venturing and collaborating with amazing artists like you, and coming up
Mm-hmm.
with better podcast shows which will also have
Mm-hmm.
audio experiences.
Yes, yes. Oh, you should tell about that. You should tell about that audio experience, at least. Give a hint. Because by the way, I had the privilege of hearing it for a minute, but you should tell it yourself. It's a beautiful thing. Please tell the people.
Okay, so I am primarily working on a very passion project with Swarnalata right now, where uh, this was like, my a very long discussion when I did it my vacation with BHX guys. So that's where the idea was, where I was just in the pool at midnight. I was in the pool and I was just talking to myself, but the answers were not given by me. They were answers which were given by that child which is within me, or a very wise man which was within me, but not the one who
Hmm.
was in that situation. That gave me
Situation.
the idea of creating a passion project, and I will reveal only the name, but what is going to be
Yeah.
inside, you have to stay tuned. So
Yes,
it,
yes,
it,
yes, please.
it is going to be a mixture of Hindi and English, and the name of the podcast show is going to be कुछ बातें अपनों की कुछ बातें सपनों की अपनों के साथ.
Yay, first time is officially revealing it. We are so excited. But yes, I have to tell you, I have to tell everybody who's listening, it's a beautiful project, and trust me, so much of effort. Of course, all projects call for effort, but this is some way different level, insane effort that we have to put. So kudos to Mithil for that. But very soon you guys will see it. On a goodbye, or on a closure note, before we engage you into something else, um, I would like you to tell me that, what has the individual Mithil, as an individual, what is that has changed in you by being a coach, being an solopreneur, how your profession has impacted you as an individual, or how
It's a beautiful,
much?
it's a beautiful question. Uh, this profession actually helped me to connect with myself at a deeper level, because the
Lovely.
more I meet a lot of people and the more I see the way they are struggling, right? Uh, Somewhere I am grateful to the God and the Almighty that I somehow, it was me when I was at the lowest. It was me who helped me, who pushed me, along with my wife, to come to this level. And
Hmm.
every day when I see challenges which other people are suffering, facing, going through, I always feel grateful that I'm at a better position. And the more and more I connect with it, I become more and more humble. Patience has gone to a much higher level, because in my community I have an 8-year-old student and an 80-year-old lady who wanted to start a podcast journey. So
Wow.
for teaching
Wow.
her, from opening a laptop to recording and everything, it increased my patience to a next level. So yes, now I have
Yeah.
amazing patience, and
Hmm.
for that my wife is very grateful. I guess my
है
husband
ना?
has better patience now.
चलो कुछ तो फायदा हुआ to being in a profession.
Absolutely.
Okay. Uh, so all those who are viewing, before we get to the rapid fire and before we close this live, two people will get a chance to join the live and ask question to Mithil about anything like content marketing, or you want to ask about podcast. Two people will get a chance. So please, whoever sends me a request, as soon as I finish my rapid fire, I will add them. So yes, first question is, singers take a lot of care for their voice. They don't eat ice cream and all that. So do you also do that? Because you have to protect your voice.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, because voice is something which is my very important asset, I would say. And in fact, if you saw during our interview, I was drinking warm water because this is like you enjoy. I also have cold drinks. That does not mean, but I don't abuse my sound. People do that.
Hmm,
Sound
hmm,
is something
hmm.
very crucial, very important. And I have got a lot of I would say compliments that my voice is really good, and people have actually fallen in
Yes.
love with my voice. Thankful
Huh.
for that. But yes, you need to protect your voice. I don't do much of the muscle exercise, but yes, second thing that I do, which automatically reflected,
Hmm,
is exercising and kind of coming to your original body weight, because
hmm,
that will reduce a lot of pressure in your neck region. So earlier
hmm.
my neck region was little more, and I used to kind of had to stress a lot. But thankfully,
Okay.
there's a lot of transformation, and because of exercise, meditation, yoga,
Okay.
it has been done.
It's in place.
Yes.
Great. Secondly, now that you have moved to Delhi, you miss Bombay, or I mean, which is your preference still, Bombay or Delhi? The iconic fight, Bombay or Delhi?
Okay. बॉम्बे बाय हार्ट एंड दिल तो ऐसी दिल ही से है.
Oh, very smart, very smart. Okay. How would you define yourself in 2 words?
uh, I would say smart and adjusting person.
Lovely. What is your favorite podcast, if any?
uh, okay, there are a lot of them, I would say. Tim Ferriss show, I tried
Okay.
to listen to a couple of episodes of Joey Rogan, then I went away from that. But yes, anything which gives me value, I listen to that.
Okay. Sagar says that do you would like to say that you like Pune instead of Delhi and Bombay? Okay. Quickly, what is that? What is your binge eat favorite? Because you have to protect your throat also. What do you eat if you have to binge eat? Huh?
Pav bhaji. Pav bhaji.
Ah, lovely. I love that answer. So anybody, please quickly, anybody wants to ask a question, or if anybody wants to join, quickly raise your hand or send me a request. We will be here for another minute. And anybody wants to join the live and ask Mithil something, quickly. Don't be shy. All those who are viewing, please, whoever wants to join up and ask him something directly. हम काउंटडाउन स्टार्ट कर देंगे बोल रही हूँ मैं. Anybody? Quickly, because it's Friday evening, we don't want people to wait, especially Mithil's family. I'm sure his wife will say कि यार क्या कर रहे हो? Friday
No,
के दिन भी शुरू हो गए. I know.
absolutely not.
Great. Okay. On that note, thank you so much, Mithil. And
One question
someone
from
has.
Sagar.
Yes, yes, we consume so much content, but working on the content becomes hectic. कैसे execute करें? Please,
Okay, Sagar,
go ahead.
simple. In fact, I'll tell you, you will be shocked and surprised. I don't create content on a daily basis. I create content only 3 days in a month, and I schedule the content for the whole month. And then I just focus on my business. So there is a framework, there is a strategy that you have to do. And trust me, my content is on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, my own blogs, podcasts. I have 3 podcasts that I do. I'm also, I would say, on Pinterest and on Instagram thread. Everywhere you will see me. But there has to be a strategy which has to be followed. Tools has to be used, and your life becomes very simple.
There is one more question, the energy that travels. For content creation, how many times it needs to be revised or changed?
Beautiful question. I would strongly recommend always take a monthly review of your content, see the statistics, understand the statistics, see how it was performed, and basis on that, revise your content strategy.
Awesome. Anybody else or any last notes, Mithil? Because everybody was tortured by my voice as I started. So I would say that please be the host as we close this. And thank you so much is what I can say. I'm so, so happy. Every time we speak, I'm sure that everybody who speaks to you, they resonate with me. We all go or we all end it with a huge smile. And that's what you do. Be it with visuals or without visuals. So, oh, someone has asked, Rinky ma'am, how do you manage space in work and personal time?
Oh, as a solopreneur, you have to wear so many hats. And this is one thing, Pinky ma'am, that we all, I would say, not struggle, but this is something where we, there is like work in progress on a daily basis. Every day is like, Mahabharat, working between the different roles that you actually play as a solopreneur. But somewhere you have to put your foot down, like, this is it. I will not work after this. Then only you will be able to balance between personal time and professional time, because giving somewhere, how we recharge our battery of our mobile phone, for some time we have to put it down. Similarly, in order to recharge our battery, we have to spend some time with our loved ones, and for that, at that time, we have to put our work aside. And in fact, there is one more thing that I would like to add, and this is for you, Swanalata. To become a successful podcaster, first fall in love with yourself, with your own voice. Doesn't make a difference how good or uh, improvement is required. Fall in love,
Yeah,
because if you won't love your own content and your voice, how is the world going to love?
I agree. I take that. Lesson for the week. I'm going to mull over it. Thank you so very much. And thank you everybody who joined. Thank you so much. Thank you for the lovely questions. And we will close this live in Mithil's Andas. So all to yours.
So thank you so much everyone for being on this particular live. This is Mithil signing off at the moment with Manalata. Until next time, meet you with another guest and their amazing stories. But till then, stay safe, stay happy, and don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.
Content. Bye guys. Have a nice weekend. Bye. Bye.